Just look at your legs. They are made proportionately to your body. But, do you know that there are 50 million people who live with disproportionate torso due to a vector-borne disease? It is known as one of the most common causes of disability in the world. It is elephantiasis. Elephantiasis or lymphatic filariasis is a human disease caused by parasitic worms known as filarial worms. The worms are spread by the bites of infected mosquitoes. Wuchereria bancrofti being the most common pathogen who directly attack to the human lymphatic system. Human lymphatic system is simply made for transporting extravascular fluids to intravascular area. The adult filarial worms grow inside the lymphatic vessels, which results in blocking the vessels and stopping the flowing ability. It leads to accumulate fluid-independent area and develop chronic lymphedema, most often noted in the lower torso. So the most vulnerable body parts are lower limbs, genitals, and breast. Affected body part become thick and hard and they edematous. Huge lower limbs and scrotum are most common presentations. The subcutaneous worms present with urticarial or skin rash. In severe cases ascites can be seen. Diagnosis is made by checking a blood sample for microfilaria. This blood sample should be taken at night time as microfilaria comes to the surface nocturnally. Most reliable method is testing the blood serum for antibodies. Prevention is better than cure for elephantiasis. World Health Organization has recommended mass deworming, which treats a large number of community group at once. Albendazole is the most effective drug. According to medical experts, the worldwide effort to eliminate lymphatic filariasis is on track to potentially succeed by 2020. Lymphatic filariasis is thought to have affected humans for about 4,000 years. The first documentation of symptoms occurred in the 16th century. Elephantiasis caused by lymphatic filariasis is one of the most common causes of disability in the world. A 2012 report noted that lymphatic filariasis affected 120 million people and 1 billion people at risk for infection. About 40 million people were disfigured or incapacitated by the disease in 2015. It is considered endemic in tropical and subtropical regions of Africa, Asia, Central and South America, and Pacific Island nations.
Lymphatic filariasis, more commonly known as elephantiasis, afflicts many of the world's most vulnerable communities. A parasite that infects the human lymphatic system is responsible for the condition, which causes swelling and deformity of the limbs and other body parts. Mosquitoes spread the tiny parasitic worm that causes elephantiasis from person to person. The disease is endemic in 83 tropical countries, and Professor David Molyneux of Britain's Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine says anyone living in those places is at risk.
The total numbers of people which have been estimated by the World Health Organization to be at risk in these 83 countries is about 1.3 billion people. So let's say a fifth of the planet is at risk.
There are few conditions in the world more socially alienating. The Global Alliance to Eliminate Lymphatic Filariasis has been at the forefront of those fighting the disease. As the group's video shows, elephantiasis mainly affects the rural poor, forcing infected people like this man from Uganda further into poverty.
Inanisumbua kama mtasimama muda mrefu bila kukaa chini.
Washing infected limbs can help ease the suffering, but it does not cure or stop the spread of the condition. This man comes from a village in Tanzania where elephantiasis is endemic. Set up 9 years ago, the Global Alliance aims to eradicate elephantiasis as a public health threat by 2020. The group has teamed up with the UN World Health Organization and major drug companies such as GlaxoSmithKline and Merck. Andy Bright heads up GlaxoSmithKline's elephantiasis program.
When the program started, there was a global plan produced by the WHO for how you could achieve this goal within 20 years. And progress against that plan is very much on target. So there's a lot of very strong evidence that the program is succeeding, and a lot of confidence that in the vast majority of the countries it will be successful before 2020.
The eradication program consists of 2 drugs, albendazole, donated by GlaxoSmithKline, and mectizan, donated by Merck. Those living in endemic areas take 2 pills a year for 5 years. The drugs significantly reduce the number of worm larvae in the blood, which means far fewer mosquitoes carry the infection to those they bite.
We made an agreement with the World Health Organization to donate one of our antiparasitic drugs, albendazole, to every country that needs it until the disease is eliminated. And that's an enormous commitment that'll take 20 years or more and will involve billions of our antiparasitic albendazole.
Despite these efforts, there is much more to do in the fight to eradicate lymphatic filariasis. Populous countries such as Nigeria and Indonesia and others face logistical problems in delivering and implementing the program nationwide. Professor Molyneux says it should be viewed as the most important public health program of our generation.
If we can't afford to implement that intervention within existing health financing environments, I don't believe we could afford to do anything in public health.
Elephantiasis was once considered one of the world's most neglected afflictions, but those fighting it hope that by 2020 the disease will be gone. Rachel Smalley, VOA News, London.
Thank you for watching.